Hello, hello, hello. What's up? What's up? Happy Thursday. I hope you're shining radiant today. I'm Shannon. Well, if you're on my page, you already know I'm Shannon. And I'm coming to you with a little radiant rap, radiant being my acronym for what I feel like we need for living a healthy and whole life. And the radiant stands for rest and activity awareness, diet, introspection, which is like meditation and prayer, that type of thing. Agua, which represents hydration. Note taking, which is journaling or writing down things, and then training, which is the physical aspect. And today, I think like probably this whole week, this topic, well, really this whole month, this topic has come up with the ABCs, please. So to my colleagues that are in SilverSneakers, there's a training that I just did on the instructor site that was really good. It was for fall prevention, and in that training, I saw there was an acronym that I learned, and it really resonated with me. This acronym, this ABCs, please, and I thought, oh, I need to share that, and so I did the course, and you have to do different courses for the different certifications. To stay certified, you need education credit units or hours. So I did that, and then it was just really good. So I wrote about it for an upcoming article, and then I talked about it. I just couldn't get it. I can't get it off my mind. So I talked about it in the Shine Radiant community group. And then I was like, you know what? I really need to, I just need to share this more. So, hey, Carla Renee, how are you? Yes, ABCs, that's what I'm talking about. And that probably resonates with you as an educator. But this is a pretty cool acronym in terms of fall prevention. Not only in terms of fall prevention, but in any sport and in our everyday life in general. Like I of course, I always say that you have greatness inside of you. I believe in you. I believe that, we all do. But yeah, fall prevention. But you know what? Sometimes we do fall, right? I mean, if we fall, we just have to get back up, right? And sometimes things are tough, and if you're going into or you're working toward whatever it is, any kind of sport, this acronym could work as well. So it is ABCs, please. The A, in terms of the fall prevention course, is for agility. Well, agility is the ability to maneuver and move quickly, make a decision quickly, and then react quickly. So if you can do that, that can keep you from falling. And even if you have fallen before, I mean, this could help you in the future not to fall. Well, that's not only, yeah, me too. Well, I wouldn't say I get afraid of falling. Everybody knows that I had a really crazy stupid fall last year, and fractured my ankle. But so I'm more careful about how I step, where I step, because I fell because I wasn't paying attention. And yeah, it was a crazy story. I won't get into that one today. But yes, these skills will help you to to prevent you from falling. So it's a course, actually, I use it in a lot of my classes and in yoga as well. So this can help in any activity that from Zumba to any activity, but it can also help in life for us to, because things will come at us sometimes unexpectedly. We don't know what's going to happen, and it does. So how we respond, or how agile, right, we are, how quickly we move, it's in us to do that. So even if you're going through something right now and you're feeling like you don't really have agility, you do. And you probably use some of that to maneuver through your day, to maneuver through this week, to maneuver through this month. In 2021, in 2020, you were using that. Maybe we need to focus and practice and get better at it, but it is in you and you have been using that. So that's the A. The B is for balance. And the B is for balance. We, in the fall prevention, and even in my other classes, we in yoga all the time, we're focusing on, we do a lot of focus on balance and how we can manage ourselves proprioceptively. So how we can manage ourselves in space, right? And remain upright, not fall. So we need a strong core for that. We need strong hips and knees and ankles, strong joints and strong muscles as well. Balance is also another factor of balance is the inner ear. The vestibular system affects our balance as well as vision, and those two work together to help us. And in the courses that I teach, whether it's yoga or whether it is a SilverSneakers class, we work at balance. And you'd be surprised. I mean, every step you take just walking, it requires balance. So it doesn't have to be like our Olympic teams are going to be doing when they go over to Tokyo. It's not necessarily, we're not just talking about being on a balance beam. We need balance. Well, we need that in our everyday life too, right? We need balance. But do we always feel like we have it? I know I don't. And that's okay, because sometimes balance is not a generic balancing act. This 50% here, 50% here. No, sometimes it requires that we spend more time focusing on one child than the other children. Sometimes it requires us to focus on more on our job than what we would want to. We're having to work overtime or something like that, but that's what is required for that time. So our agility will help us with balance too, because we don't live in a perfect world, right? Do you agree? Does that make sense? Am I making sense, guys? Let me know. Whether you're watching now live or whether you're watching the replay of it, let me know. Give me your feedback. Tell me what it is that you think about balance, because maybe you have a different perspective. But I believe that in order for us to be balanced, it definitely requires, thank you, Steve, it definitely requires us to not always feel like, oh, we have everything in perfect symmetrical order, because we will drive ourselves crazy if that's what we think balance is. So that's the B, agility, balance, and then the C is coordination. So for fall prevention, and I like to make it fun when I when we practice coordination drills. We have a lot of different drills. One of them that I like to use, there's there's a bunch of them, but one of them I like to use is just moving my hands in a certain way, like in a pattern. Okay, I'll do it. So I'll say cross, uncross, down, up, down, cross, uncross, snap, right? And at the same time, cross, uncross, down, up, down, cross, uncross, snap. And at the same time, I'll have them march or even go 2 steps to the right and then 2 steps to the left. And we go into that rhythm and have them try and do that drill. Or march in place, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're patting your thighs at the same time that you're marching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then speed up your feet and keep your hands moving the same way at the same tempo, and vice versa. Have your hands move and then have your feet move at a different tempo. So coordination is basically doing different things with different parts of your body and being able to manage that, okay? And that is important to help prevent you from falling. Well, you know where I'm going with this, right? Okay, and it's important. So for any sport, that's important to be coordinated. If you're going to hit a baseball, you need to be coordinated. You know, if you're going to swing it at a golf ball, it's important to be coordinated. If you're going to swim in a pool. So any sport, you need that. What about life? Right? We got to have some kind of coordination going on, because if we don't, it's going to be hard. We got to figure out, okay, when to put certain things into our day, sometimes at the same time. And you moms, I know you've gotten really good at it. When my kids were young, I was pretty good. I mean, I could have one on my hip. I could be doing something with the other one. You know, you could have one on your hip and cooking. But we have to remember that there's a limit to what we can do. That multitasking thing can only go so far, because we are really going to only put our attention on one thing for the most part. But, you know, we can coordinate. We drive and talk on the phone, but just be mindful, because I think as time goes on, we try to do way too much, right? But we need the coordination to keep us from falling. We need the coordination to help us to survive in life. So there you go. ABC: agility, balance, coordination. And I said in the acronym is ABCs. So the S is for stability. Now, stability in the fall prevention course is the ability to stay stable. Yeah, that's not a good definition, right? Because I'm using the definition. The ability to actually, I guess you would say, be balanced. So then that would be balanced. So let me give you a better definition of stability: to be anchored, to have a good foundation, to have a good foundation. And one of the things that we work on in terms of our stability for fall prevention is in our core, all the muscles that support our spine. You have to have a strong core. So it's not just strong abs, it's the muscles, you know, all through the hip complex, all of our tendons and ligaments, the muscles that, or the ligaments, the tissue that hold bones together, and the tissues that connect a bone to a ligament. All that needs to be strong. That's stability, to be strong, to have a strong foundation. We need that for any sport. Doesn't matter. Tennis, doesn't matter. Horseback riding, you need a strong core. You need to be strong and stable. It's true in life as well. We need a strong foundation, you know, and so what we're standing on needs to be solid. And that's where our belief and our faith can really carry us through, because there are going to be storms. Things just don't always, it's not realistic to think that life is not going to throw some challenges at us. And we need to have a strong foundation. All right. So, and we do. We have it, whether we tap into it or not, because we have greatness inside. We all do have greatness inside. And sometimes things will happen to us and we like, no, I don't, we forget that we have the strength, but we do. We have the strength. And so that's the S: agility, balance, coordination, stability, yes, and it's the ABCs, please, and power. And power. So in the fall prevention, of course, the last skill set is the power. And power is a combination of your strength and speed. That's your power. So one of the things that we do in the course to help with power is standing and sitting in the chair. So if you're in the chair, to get up and sit down, that's power through your legs, through your quadriceps, through your hamstrings. To get up out of the chair requires power. And it's vital to have that, to live an independent life, to have that kind of power. And it's required with some sports more than others because you need that explosion, but even you don't think of it as when you're standing, that's power, but it is. You need to have not only the strength, but the ability to take that strength through gravity to stand up, so there has to be, if you go too slow, you would never get out of your chair. So regardless of what sport it is, yes, the please is power. Thank you, Kyla Renee. And that's true in life as well. We need to have a combination of that strength and speed. Sometimes we need to have power, and we do have power. We just sometimes we don't act on it. And sometimes our power is to be refrained and harnessed. Sometimes because we have the power to sit back sometimes and wait and do nothing, we do have the power to do that. I'm not always good at it. It's something I practice a lot. That's why I do a lot of meditating, because I have to practice. Look, don't say nothing. Just, don't respond yet. Just not yet, And so sometimes we need to use our power to be disciplined that way. Quick and in a hurry, use our strength to be restrained. Other times, quick and in a hurry, we need to use that power to get out of a situation or away from a situation that is no longer serving us and is not good for us. We need to move. We need to be strong, and you have it. That's what I really want you to remind you, respectfully, prayerfully remind you that you have it. You have these things. Yes, we may need to work at recalling that we have them. We may need to work at refining them. We may need to work at re-engaging them, but we do have them. So even like within the fall prevention class, and there are people that take the classes that might not even be able to stand up, but you use what you have, you do what you can, you just start where you are, always. And those are the ABCs, please. Agility, balance, coordination, stability, and power. You, my friend, have those things, the ABCs, please. You do. you have those things because you have greatness inside of you. I believe in you. I love you. There's not a thing that you can do about it. Does anyone have any questions regarding how they work within my yoga practice or within my practice around working with seniors in my stability class and my fall prevention classes and my muscular strength range of motion? That's what the classic class is that I teach. Anybody have any questions regarding them or can relate any of these skills to what you're doing in your life, or does it remind you of anything that you are currently doing? Well, I hear you, Steve, and I've seen you make some comebacks, sir. I've seen you make some comebacks. So in other words, you have regained certain, skills and things that you may not have used in a while. I've seen that over the years, and so I respect you so much for continuing, the fight. You are definitely a role model and an example, and I appreciate you. Anybody else? Any questions? Any concerns? Any points of clarity that you'd like to share? Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you. As I said, I love you, and it's not a thing that you can do about it. And I'll see you next time. Enjoy your day, week. Bye for now.